Salute to all the diehards. This is Die Hard Giants Live, and I'm your man. I am Jarrell on IG and X. I'm so used to saying Twitter. I'm not used to saying X.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, the Giants is down by a lot. 26-0. We losing a lot
Mm.
to a little. Got my fam here, as you can see, Eru and Steph. I wasn't supposed to start the show like this, but for some reason it messed up again. So, so how y'all doing, man?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, it could be better.
It is what it is, man. Salute to Geraldine and Freezy with the LOLs. Bears fan laughing at our pain. And salute to the First Lady Geraldine being the first one here. Usually, as always, salute, salute, salute.
Salute, Joel. I mean, Geraldine, long time.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
seen Terrell in a while. I mean, Geraldine in a while either.
yeah, man. Well, the Cowboys are actually still marching down the field on us. They're in the red zone. We got Tony Pollard to fumble, but one of their linemen jumped on it. So it's first and goal on the 5 yard line. It's not looking good. Not second and one on the 1 yard line. Salute to Aj. Hold on.
Salute, Ajay.
Yeah, it was good.
Salute to Aj, man. First time on Die Hard Giants. Yeah, man. I'm not gonna go through the stats for the first half because it probably does not matter. We're down 26-0.
Nothing positive to say about it, man. I'm
You know,
trying to figure out what to say.
I really don't
Yeah.
have any positives. That's the thing. That's how bad this game has been. Like our offensive line is terrible. Dallas just scored again.
Mm. They getting beat like they stole something. When we muffled that, what was that? The center exchange, the
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
then right after that, what happened after that? A pick six. Barkley got hit on the hand, and the next thing you know, it popped up, and they intercepted it for a pick six.
Nah, you forgot the first bad thing that happened. The first bad thing. Well, you did talk about the center exchange
Yes, the
with
center
the
exchange.
fumble, but remember they blocked a field goal.
The block the field goal,
They
right?
blocked the
Correct.
field goal first. Daniel
Yes.
Jones got the ball, gave it to Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley caught the ball, turned 2 steps, it got popped. The ball pops up in the air. They catch it and run it down. It's real quick down 2 scores just that fast.
Yeah.
So the
I mean, the Giants aren't this bad, and Dallas isn't this good, but they playing like it tonight.
right, exactly. Like our offensive line got to get it together, man.
Yeah.
Like this is the first time. I guess it was a bad thing to me that the offensive line didn't get any playing time together during preseason, and yeah, you could tell like the middle of our line, you could tell it's not good. But our rookie is actually not playing too bad. Our rookie John Michael Smith at center. Our 2 guards is getting ran over. Evan Neal on the right hand side. He had a bad year last year, especially in pass protection. It's not gotten any better at all. So
Right.
we have to see going forward with the rest of the season, but this game is definitely over. Like we just here just chilling. Like we might as well start. We can talk about FIBA basketball if y'all want to, college basketball. Salute to Deion Sanders for being 2-0 at Colorado. Yeah, man. Like there's nothing really to talk about this game. This game is going to be thrown away.
Do you think this is just first game jitters type of thing?
No, I think
No.
our offensive line is bad.
Yeah.
I told you that before the season started, man. Like that was going to be our Achilles heel, especially in the middle,
Right.
because our 2 guards definitely both need replacements. Like they was actually shuffling the left guard all preseason between Joshua Azudu and Ben Bredesen. Ben Bredesen won the job, but it really doesn't matter. Both of them are pretty much backups in the league, but they have to start with us. Mark Lewinsky on the right guard. He just getting ran over too. So, I mean,
Is there any relief out there? Because I know we cleared some cap space and stuff. So is there any way we can repair that?
I mean, it's possible we could trade somebody depending on how desperate we are. Justin Pugh, who we drafted a few years back, he was injured all last season, so he was out of football, but he's back and actually wants to join the team again. He had an interview a couple weeks ago saying that he would love to come back here. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We shall see.
We shall see. Yeah, I was saying like we running the ball a lot, but if you don't get if you're not getting pass protection, what else you gonna do?
Yeah, one of the announcers was like, "Please, Giants, stop throwing the ball."
Right.
Yeah, it's the truth though. That sucks, man. 'Cause, you know you want to be positive, so you're thinking that we made a couple upgrades, so you're thinking that the Giants might make a little step, in the right direction, but it's like we just like spinning around chasing our tail at this point right now.
Right. And it's obviously a messy game. It's pouring down, raining, but there's no excuses. Like they got to run in the rain just like we do.
Yeah.
Right, and they are all over the place. It's like it's 29 of them.
Yep. That's what happens when you out like your offensive line isn't good. Like it doesn't matter how many they're not blitzing.
Mhm.
That's their front four getting in there that early. So we'll see. Like Andrew Thomas is actually doing a pretty good job on the left hand side, but we already know that he's good. But yeah, he's our only good lineman at this point. Like I said that John Michael Smith isn't doing bad, but it's not like he's killing it out there. He's pretty much
Right.
doing an average job, and it's even raining harder now. So the
Yeah.
game is going to get uglier. I just hope by the end of the third quarter, depending on what the score is, Brian Day will need to pull all of our starters because this game is over.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the only
Yeah, I
reason,
guess you can, but then now he probably looking like 50. He might be looking at
yeah,
50
but
to zip.
at this
But I hear
point,
what you're saying.
yeah, like say if we don't score on this drive, look,
Oh, they just
another,
fumble.
yeah, we just fumbled again because it's crazy out there. Now it looked like a monsoon going out there.
So do
So
you think we can make a practice squad? Because I can use some extra money, man. The Giants they're gonna be starting their backups, so they're gonna need to replace the
no,
you know.
you better not go on that practice squad, Ebro. You're gonna come
Yeah.
home broke.
Well, let me tell you. Today I hit a milestone. I hit 315 on the bench for the first time.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
for the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
time, that's what's up, man. Hold on, though. You giving public knowledge of how much you actually weigh, though?
What?
No, how much do you weigh to be put in
Well,
the three?
I weigh two I think 250 between 250
Okay.
260. I gotta double check.
Yeah, that's not bad at all, man. 315. If you only 250, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
You in your 40s, man. I hope you don't think you was putting up like four something.
I mean 315 is a because I never did it before, so it's like it kind of shocked me because I guess it's the old man strength kicking in. Because I can never get it up for whatever reason. I can get up to 275, and then
Mhm.
my body would just shut off. But
Now
now
you
I dropped to 315. I hit it for 3 reps.
nice, man.
Wow.
You've been working out for the marathon a lot too, though, right?
Yeah, I mean this. It's I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
that's
Okay,
another story.
so maybe you have it, but maybe you just get strong, man. That's good. That's
Yeah,
good. 315. That's a nice little milestone,
yeah.
especially if you haven't done it before and in your 40s. That's good. Oh man, look how much like it's
I
pouring
know.
down there now. Now it's even worse. Yeah, the reason I said pull your starters is because not because of the score. Like if we don't score,
It's right.
like we talk about health now. Like
Right.
we need Daniel Jones. Bad as this offensive line is, imagine if we didn't have Daniel Jones, if we had to start Tyrod Taylor, or we didn't have
Mm.
Saquon Barkley. Wide receivers dropping balls. Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
Another sack from the right hand side. Mark Lewinsky again got beat.
It's
But
crazy.
they can't give them help though.
How? No, there's no help. Like even if you chip with Saquon Barkley, if you bring him in there, like pressure is coming from more than one side. So it's impossible to give help if pressure is coming from the middle, the right, and the left. Like there's only so many people that you can leave blocking.
Right. Right.
That's embarrassing too, because it looked like we was holding it down for a second, and the guy just turned the corner on the guy. That's just heartening, man.
Right.
Like just no. Mm.
They talked about doing halftime with the national broadcast. They said Daniel Jones at the time he dropped back like 22 times and was pressured on like 17 of them. So like with those type of numbers, with that type of percentage, you can't really think that Daniel Jones is going to do anything. Like
Right.
he's a good quarterback, but he's not Patrick Mahomes, and even Patrick Mahomes would get killed if he didn't have an offensive line at all. Like they
Right.
said, the average time that Daniel Jones had was like a minute point 7 sec. I mean, 1.7 seconds to get rid of the ball all second
Right.
half. So with those type of numbers, you're not going to have a good half or a good game period. See, look
You
at that.
said,
Oh my
Another
goodness.
sack. Just that fast. Like they just and then like I said before, they're not blitzing. These are all like the defensive line getting into the backfield like that. So it doesn't matter who's playing quarterback right now.
yeah, he have a better chance if he fell into the lion's pit in the zoo or something, man. You know, he have a better chance. A minute, like a second. Jesus Christ, man,
Like they showed it now. Look how fast. Look.
Mm.
got him.
Before he even got he dropped back 3 steps to read the defense and go through his possessions. He
Mhm.
already is getting hit. So it's not looking good. And the crazy part is Dallas on offense, like our defense,
Mhm.
they're not playing all world, obviously, because of the score, but they really not doing a bad job. Like Dak isn't killing like that either. He's missing open wide receivers. Wide receivers are dropping the ball. A tight end dropped like 2 balls. Um,
Right.
Tony Pollard isn't running all over us. It's just that
Special teams.
they scored twice, not once on special teams, once on defense, and the offense had a short field like 2 out of 3 of their touchdowns. Like
Mhm.
the only time they really marched down the field was the first touchdown of the second half when we first came on. They marched down in.
Right. But those were the two we talked about the offensive line and we talked about special teams.
Mhm.
And with the season review.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's going to be a problem. I mean, the Giants have improved in a lot of areas. Remember, we went over the position groups,
hmm
and a lot of the position groups were improved from last season. But that offensive line,
When
and
it's one of them, I don't mean to cut you off, but it's just
Mhm.
one of the main position groups. It doesn't matter what the other position groups do.
right,
Like offensive line,
right,
the trenches, your offense and defensive line is the key to your
hmm
football team. If you're
right,
not good in that area, just like last year, even though we did have Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams, they're two of the best defensive tackles in the league. We were one of the worst running defense in the league because of our linebackers. As you can see, we
hmm
have two new starting linebackers, and we brought in like 3 defensive tackles to back up our defensive tackles because we was the worst running defense, one of the worst running defenses in the league because of that.
right.
Like we needed
Did
depth.
Simmons start today? I didn't see when they announced the
Yeah,
starters.
he starts. He's the other starting linebacker with Bobby Okereke. So he
Wow.
started and he's played a lot, even though he just got to the team 2 weeks ago. So that
The
should
Josh
tell you,
Hart.
right.
The
So,
Josh Hart. The Giants.
right. So hopefully he could jumpstart jumpstart our defense just like Josh Hart jumpstarted the Knicks. So we'll see.
So I'm looking at Freezy here. Is that possible to move the pocket? Because I mean they would have to trash the whole playbook basically. Right? What we're trying, what we would like to do. You know, because I mean the offensive line is so bad. What can we do to salvage what's happening out there?
I mean, those are, to be honest, to move the pocket, run screens and draws and stuff like that. Yes, that can stifle a defense when it comes to rushing the quarterback. But the problem with that is that Dallas isn't getting to Daniel Jones by blitzing.
Right.
They're
Right.
getting to Daniel Jones just by rushing their 4 defensive linemen.
Yeah,
So
man to man, killing them.
so if you're rushing just your defensive lineman, moving the pocket and screen, not saying that it won't help. Like Freezy is definitely right. Having waggles and bootlegs and stuff like that for a quarterback, yes, that would definitely help. But if they're not
Mm.
blitzing, it would only help so much. Like if their defensive line would still get to Daniel Jones regardless.
Yeah.
My thing is, I have to like one of our best position groups that we talked about before was our pass rush. Like our pass rush is pretty much non-existent. Like
Mhm.
Aziz Ojolari and Kayvon Thibodeau has done nothing this game.
Right. and Isaiah Simmons too. I mean, I would think. I mean, I don't know how much we can expect for him, but that's going to be part of his role, a big part of his role too, right? Rushing the quarterback, blitzing.
Right. Yeah. But like since he's playing linebacker, I don't know. I guess it depends on what Dallas is doing. Wink
Hmm.
Martindale can't blitz him as much. I don't think
But
because
he
maybe
can't move him around.
yeah, you
Like
can.
that's what they're doing with Micah. They're moving him around.
Yeah, but Michael Part like those two players should not be comparable though. Because Michael Parsons can rush from anywhere. He is a pass rusher. Isaiah Simmons isn't necessarily a pass rusher. He's a kind of a tweener. That's the problem with him. Like you could put him as strong safety. That doesn't necessarily mean you can blitz him every play. And he's good in coverage, but he's not great in coverage. But yeah, you can move him around. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't even see him as a coverage guy. I mean,
no,
like, are you lining him up one on one with a wide receiver?
um,
Like,
th- that was the problem with him though. The Cardinals
mhm,
used to do that, and that's why he used to get killed. Like you're right. You're absolutely
right?
right. He's not good.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. So then, what is he gonna? So my point is, all right, you're not gonna have him in coverage. You're not gonna. What did he say he wanted to do when Wing asked him? He said, I wanna what rush the quarterback, or I want to
Right.
hit the go, whatever. However, however he framed it.
Right.
So if you're not playing him in coverage, how is you playing him? Just the run? He's just there to stop the run?
Yes, pretty much. Like
Wow.
he has been playing in coverage because I saw him
Mhm.
defend a couple passes, but yeah, like Aziz was like our real pass rushers aren't able to get in there. So like the reason we're losing or the reason that Dallas is going up the field isn't because Isaiah Simmons isn't
Oh
being.
no, 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 no. I know. Yeah, 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 yeah.
But yeah, it would
I'm
help.
not
You're
saying it's his
definitely
fault. I'm just trying to figure out what's his role on this team. He's supposed to be so versatile. So you're playing him at linebacker just to stop the run. Like,
that yes, and to answer your question, we don't know what his role of the team is. Like he
mhm,
could say all he wants that he wants to rush the passer. That don't mean Wink is going to have him rush the passer all the time.
right,
Like
Right.
right.
it depends on the defense. It depends on the situation.
Mhm,
That was his problem with Arizona. Arizona didn't know how to use him, and the way
mhm.
that they used him, he was pretty bad at it. But you know, he's athletic, so hopefully he can get it together with us.
Yeah.
Yo, practice squad players make 12,000 a game. I just googled that just now, and I don't know what I've been doing my whole life. If guys are gonna be showing up to play football and playing this bad, and then practice squad guys don't even play. They might play, maybe depending on what's going on. I don't know what I've been doing with my youth, man. A lot of bad decisions.
Hold up. Salute to Corey Lee. He said, all I'm hearing are excuses to why not and none what we can do. Corey, I mean, we're down 33 to nothing.
Yeah, nothing we can do right now. They're gonna have plenty of footage to cut up. So I anticipate week two being a lot better than week one. But there's
Yeah,
nothing
Who
we
we
can
play
do
week
right now.
two?
we play Arizona. And they actually played. People think that they're going to be the worst team in the league, but they actually played Washington hard today. Washington won, but it was actually a good game. So we'll see.
Yeah.
They definitely are not the team that the Cowboys are. So definitely expect to win that game. But the week after that, we play San Francisco, and if we can't handle Dallas's pass rush, there's no way in hell we're going to be able to handle San Francisco's because they're better on defense all the way around, pretty much, except for maybe the secondary. But yeah, they're better. So we'll see. Um, yeah, when your offensive line is doing that badly, I don't know what to do. We'll um we'll see what they do when we get the ball, but yeah, you because they did try to run Daniel Jones outside the pocket a few times, but nobody was getting open. He was still getting hit. I mean, it was
Mhm.
part of the reason that him and Saquon got the same amount of yards. So,
Yeah.
or about the same amount of yards. I didn't go through the stats, but I would guess that Daniel Jones damn near has just as many rushing yards as Saquon Barkley. And in the beginning of the game, Saquon Barkley was actually doing okay, but we was in all of our passing situations. were terrible. So once you get down, like Saquon Barkley isn't going to be running the ball when we're down like 20 something points. Like that doesn't
Right.
make sense. So
Right.
Yeah, that's good. That game was scrappy, I guess. I didn't see the game, but I'm talking about the Arizona versus Washington. It seemed like it was a scrappy game, 20-16.
yeah, I was watching that game. Arizona actually played way better than people thought they did, especially on their defense. But Washington is starting a new quarterback, and this was his first game starting. So once he gets the butterflies out, I expect Washington to do way better than they did. Like they're not a bad team over there.
Right. Yeah,
So
not a lot of touchdowns in that game at all.
Dallas is what I'm at third and 10. Dak drops back, throws the ball in the dirt. They're going to punt. At least we get the ball back to see what we're going to do. Now this is the end of the third quarter. Now if we don't score here, I'll be interested to see if Brian Daboll starts or plays Daniel Jones in the fourth quarter if the
Right.
score is still like this. But we'll see. Not that many. Hold on, let me go through the stats. Let me look at the stats real quick. I need to start this over. So it looks like we'll have the ball at the 20. Daniel Jones might get one more drive. Like if he, depending on how much he get hit, man, they need to pull him because this game is over. Yeah, Daniel Jones got 50 yards, man,
Mm.
and more yards. But
Total?
yeah, no, not total on the air through the air. He actually has more. Like I said before, like Freezy was definitely right when it comes to moving the pocket. Like you could do a lot of bootlegs and stuff like that. Like he has almost 40 yards rushing. Saquon only got 33, so he has more yards than Saquon on the ground. That's because of the moving the pocket aspect and him trying to, him escaping
Right.
a couple times. So
Yeah.
Right. And most of those came in the first quarter.
right, no wide receivers has a catch more than three. Like Darius Slayton is the only wide receiver that has a catch, and it's for 2 yards. One catch for 2 yards. Darren Waller has 3 catches for 36 yards. He pretty much is unguardable, but if you don't have time to get him the ball, doesn't
Right.
matter how unguardable you are. Jalen Hyatt has 0 catches. He actually dropped the pass, but it was thrown behind him in the middle of the field. So he should have caught it because it touched his hands, but it was thrown behind him. So I don't know what you could get from that. But no wide receiver is doing anything because they can't get they don't have enough time to get the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. By the time they 5 steps into their route,
Yeah, it's
Daniel
over.
Jones is sacked.
Right, running for his life from
Right.
different angles though. That's the crazy thing. Like he's getting it from the
Yeah.
middle, from the right and the left. Even Andrew Thomas slipped up and got a couple pressures. And that's not like him, but it was against Michael Parsons. But for the most part, he's actually been handling Michael Parsons over there on the left hand side. But Evan Neal, I don't even know what to say about him, man. Like this is the first round talent, top 10 pick that we got from last year. He has been absolutely terrible. He was bad last year, at least in pass protection. He was a better run blocker,
Right.
but in pass protection, he was one of the worst pass protecting right tackles in the league. And this game, he's getting killed again.
Get cooked.
Is he reminding you of Eric Flowers?
Oh man, I was just thinking of the Eric Flowers, man. Who's
Or
worse?
not that bad?
Well, Eric Flowers, at least he was on the left hand side. So arguably, he was at least going against the best pass rushers on the
Oh,
team.
here we go.
Saquon got the best play in Giants history so far this season with a 13-yard run.
Yeah.
That was the best play we had all game. But yeah, going back to Evan Neal, yeah, it's pretty bad. I wouldn't say Eric Flowers yet because he was bad for like a few years, but Evan Neal is definitely bad taste, man. Bad taste in your mouth. Like
Yeah.
it's bad over there. But
Oh look, we got time. Look at that.
we got time, but Evan Neal got ran over again, and that time got us 1 yard. Evan Neal was on his back again. What is happening? Like, I don't get it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but we'll see.
He wears glasses, man. So maybe he don't have his glasses on or something. He needs to wear contacts are not working for him.
Oh man,
Look,
look.
he got hit.
Like they put Michael Parsons on there again, over there on Evan Neal's side, right? He went right under him and around him, and still got Daniel Jones' feet on like a 1 yard like route. like, what is Daniel Jones supposed to do? Like, I
want to score a touchdown at least, man. You know, they got to give us something.
No, they ain't got to give us nothing. We got to earn that touchdown. We haven't earned anything.
No, I'm talking about the Giants got to give us, us three.
Yeah, for watching this mess.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a sore ass sitting here for an hour and a half and got no touchdown to speak of it. Golly.
Now it's 4th and 1. Saquon gets back in the game. Let's see what happens. But it's not. I don't have no faith in this. Okay.
Oh,
we finally got a push for a half a yard quarterback sneak.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll take it though.
That's the second best play in Giants history so far. That's like the second first down we had for all the second half. And this third quarter is winding down just that fast, man. It's almost the fourth quarter.
Yeah, not fast enough though.
Nah, I need to get out of here. Man, you know how much I don't know how good of fans we are. Like when I clicked that live button, it was 26-0. we was getting ran. It's 33-0 now, but man, it's hard watching your team lose like this. But this is the beautiful thing about the watch alongs, because you get to see us have in pain like this. Just like, we didn't have no loss like this last year, except for when the Eagles beat us in the playoffs, and even that wasn't like this.
Yeah. It's like a tailgate inside the game. They tailgate in the game.
They might as well put some ribs on the grill or something. I mean, might as well put
Saquons on the grill. Daniel Jones is getting cooked right now.
Might as well, man. We get fricassee.
But when things like that happen, like it's tipping off your hand and then they're catching it, and they be like, "Oh, this is gonna be that's like an omen. Like this is gonna be a long game."
Like it was like that when they blocked that field goal. I was like, "Oh,
right." They blocked the field goal, and then he hit, Saquon Barkley in the arm area, and it popped out, and the guy for a touchdown. I was like, "All right, those two plays letting me know right now this is not gonna be good."
Daniel Jones with another inaccurate throw because he was getting hit while he was throwing it again.
That was a blitz too, though. That was like the first blitz I've seen. Or that I noticed.
That was a bad throw.
4th and 8. Let's go for it.
Midfield. Like, yeah, let's just go for it midfield because we ain't got nothing to lose, man. Look.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, it's over. Like, take them out, yo.
I see Ajay, he's mentioning the division rivals. I hate losing to the Cowboys, man. It's the worst. Because Cowboys, they haven't won since Jay-Z's first album, okay? But they act like they win every year. So it's annoying to have to hear them all day long,
Right. Exactly. But it is what it is, man. Like Cowboys have our number for a few years now, man. We can't beat them.
The last championship they had was when Emmitt Smith won the Dancing with the Stars.
Ajay gonna be upset. Remember, he couldn't let go of that Brooklyn Nets game. He ain't gonna be able to let go of this either.
Oh, Corey Lee with some heat. Can someone else who knows football speak? I'm just saying. Well, there's only 3 people up here, Corey. All of us pretty much know football. I know football. I don't know. If you don't like who's talking, just click off, bro.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Audible. You're in the comments, so you're like the guys upstairs with the headphones and stuff, man. So
Yeah, at this point, since we losing 33-0, I don't even know how much football you want to talk right now. Like, what is there to say? We're getting our head beat in by the Cowboys.
Right. Ajay said, "You know it. He gonna talk about this game all season."
Of course, as it should. But yeah, man, I actually hate having division games. Like we
The
played Dallas.
first game, right?
Yeah, we didn't play them the first last season, but like 4 out of the last 5 years, I think, were Dallas first year, something like that. Like I hate it. I hate having division games so early.
Yeah. Did we beat them last year at all? They beat us. They beat us last year, right? We didn't. We
Nah,
didn't beat them at all.
we got swept by them and Philly, but and we was 1-0-1 with Washington. Like we beat them and
And
we
then we
tied
tied, right?
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tied them one game. We were sitting here watching. That sucked.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was
Almost rather lost, but yeah.
yeah. That was fun. Last season was fun to watch, man. You know, like when we're winning and it's like exciting wins like that.
Right,
That was a lot of
right,
fun to
right,
be a part of.
right.
You know, but I mean, you know, they're like today we getting our ass smoked, so it's like, you know, what can you really say?
All right, so my guy Mike. I don't think we could play any worse. So it's only up from here. Well, I would hope so, Mike. I would hope it's only up from here.
Yeah.
But mm, I'm interested to see if Daniel Jones actually come back there. I mean, come back on the field when we get the ball back in the fourth quarter. If Tyrod Taylor is actually playing, but if he's playing, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah. So what if Tyra come out there and then all of a sudden, you know, we score a touchdown? It's gonna be a quarterback controversy.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, it would, especially if Dallas. But I would think, to be honest, I would think that Dallas will pull their starters when we pull ours.
Yeah.
That's how it usually works. Like when a coach sees that the other coach pulls their starters, then usually
Mm,
that's what happens. But
mm.
until we pull ours, they're not going to pull theirs. You know,
Right.
it's 33-0, and Dak Prescott is still throwing the ball to CD Lamb.
Yeah. They don't retire numbers. There wasn't the 88. Shouldn't 88 be
Oh,
retired on the Cowboys?
Nah, that's it was never retired, and that's one of their like legacy numbers. Like Michael Irvin wasn't even the only good 88 for Dallas. It was a few of them.
Okay.
Salute to Mega in the chat. My
mm.
guy Mega, salute.
Mega.
Well, Dallas is marching right down the field again. 1st and 10.
You could just record that, Jarrell, and just play it each time. They marching down the field again.
Oh, man, that's crazy, man. It's almost like this game over, so I'm not even mad. I was way madder, way more upset during the first half. Like by the time I actually clicked live on this, I already knew the game was over. Like I wasn't mad anymore.
Right.
But that first quarter, I was up here cursing. I was pissed.
Yeah.
I didn't even eat. I was hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, once it got to 20 something nothing. Well, like when is it like 21 cool, 26. It was how they got to 26. That's when you know it's over.
Right.
How do you feel about kids playing football? I saw they showing Tony Pollard on the screen. They show him playing at 11 years old. What do you think about all that?
I
They
think,
showed them playing at 4.
yeah, like
Yeah.
me personally, I've been playing football for the first time. I was 4 in a helmet. Knowing everything that I know now, I would
Oh,
probably wouldn't let my son play until he becomes like a teenager.
Mm.
But my son is about to be 11. He don't have any interest in football anyway, so I don't have that problem. He's a
right.
baseball player and basketball. He don't have any interest in football. But if he actually wanted to play, then yeah, I probably wouldn't let him play until he got a little older. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just personal feelings.
Well, you know, kids got to develop. You know, there's a lot of things that are not developed physically for kids. You know,
Mhm.
like that hit that with that guy that got hit in his chest where he almost died. That's a real thing with kids. Kids, their chest hasn't developed properly. So them getting cracked like that could kill a kid. So that'd be crazy.
Right.
But they playing against other kids. You think they getting hit like that though, with that much force?
Yes,
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, depending on the kid. I've seen it. Like
I've seen
Wow.
it too.
I've
Like,
seen kids get hurt all the time.
yeah,
I mean, but if you play enough, you definitely gonna see it. Like I've seen people get hurt at every level.
yeah. I got cracked in junior high school a couple times, man. I still remember that hit, man. Jeez.
Did you say you got hit one time? That's when you stopped playing football?
Yeah, that was it. It was on a kickoff. It was on a, you
Did you
got
come
the.
out for the second half?
No, I finished the game, but that was the end of that.
You was like, I'm a basketball player. I'm good.
Yeah, you got the blinders on, right? So when you got the helmet on, it's like blinders. So you could see straight ahead, like it's almost like you have on binoculars, so you can see way up the field. So like I said, I told a story before. I saw this one kid straight ahead, and he was just coming right for me, and nobody would stop him. And I didn't know what to do. I could see him coming, but all the blocking and stuff is around, so I'm trying to go around. But that kid was still coming beeline right to me. He hit me, blow, man. I'll never forget
Mm,
that.
That's crazy. I never had that moment before.
mm.
Maybe that's why I kept playing. But I was early bloomer. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I was pretty much a late bloomer.
The Giants got to stop. I had to break the conversation just to let people know that we got to stop. It don't happen often.
Don't call it a comeback.
Mm. Man.
Mm.
Hey, yo, check Freezy out. If Dallas scores for I don't know how much trolling you can do for you. You are a Bears fan, sir. You need to chill out. We beat y'all last year. And we'll beat you this year, too. We just getting smacked by Dallas right now, though.
I never heard the story of how Freezy became a Bears fan. Was he a
Oh,
refrigerated Perry guy or something like that?
maybe, I don't know. I know a couple Bears fans. Like, they got a big fan base. Salute to Stafford. Stafford Don is in the house. Hold on.
Hey, Stafford, what's good, man?
I had his, he said this is embarrassing. Hold on. See, there's a whole bunch of people in here, fans of historically bad Super Bowl winning teams. Y'all ain't won in a while either. But it's all good though. It's good, bro.
Yo, the Giants had some really great Super Bowl wins, man. The Phil Simms year, the Hostetler year,
Mhm,
the
mhm.
two Eli Manning years. Woo, man, we had some really good some years. Even the Tom Collins one. Not Tom Collins, whatever the fuck, whatever the guy's name, Collins. When we
Yeah.
played against the Ravens,
Kerry Collins.
Kerry Collins, right, right.
Yeah, from Penn State. He was all right for a couple years. But yeah.
Mm.
See, we gotta talk about our Super Bowl days when we getting smacked by.
Yeah, I mean, because you just sitting here, you just gotta take it. You ever got blown out
Yeah,
in
that's what I'm saying.
basketball? Ain't nothing you could do. You just gotta sit there and just wait for the clock to run out.
See, now y'all know how like Mike Breen and Clyde feel when we be getting blown out and try to come from the game a whole half of basketball when when
Hmm.
you down like 30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how we knew Clyde lived in St. Lucia. All of this.
I've been trying to start talking about y'all vacation plans in the big like Steph, where you going? You always going somewhere. So where you going?
Yeah, Clyde be talking about his gardening and stuff like that. And,
Yeah,
I got some
man.
petunias, I'm putting it in.
That's what I'm saying. Like salute to Corey. He was talking about, how we talking football. Like, ain't nothing to talk about. Like, what is there to talk about? We down 40-0, man. I can get y'all in here to just talk about. We can talk about Knicks now. Like,
Yeah, we can talk about anything.
ugh,
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like I wish it was basketball season. I was
Wow.
tired of FIBA. 'Cause I guess I was
Yeah.
tired of pretending I cared about it. To be honest,
Right. Oh no, you was clear on the show.
yeah,
You said your limit, then at the end, like, but I don't really care.
yeah. I don't. Like, let's just keep it real. Like
Yeah.
none of the countries sent their best players. I know I'm not saying that just because we lost. Even if we would have won, I wouldn't have cared. I'm waiting for it. Like I watched the Olympics. Don't get me wrong. I usually care about that, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm ready. It was football season, and I'm ready for the training camp to start for the Knicks. Like I didn't give a damn
The
about FIBA.
27th. What's today? The 9th?
The 10th.
7th? The 10th.
Yeah.
17 more days to training camp.
I'm the opposite. I just love basketball. I want to see the game, be preserved. I want to see it grow around the world. So I really care about good basketball.
Mhm.
So it was nice to see how other teams have changed. Just
Mhm.
different styles of play and stuff. And
Right.
it's good to see the United States get their behinds whipped too, because we definitely needed that. We show up to these games acting like we could just sweep guys because we got a dream team out there, and it's more to basketball than just having individual skills like that.
Most I
Yeah.
hated about FIBA, real quick stuff. Most I hate about
Oh, yeah.
FIBA is what Dylan Brooks did to us in the last game. The
Yeah,
fact that we let him
39
get like
points.
39 points. That's all I care about. The fact that you let Dylan Brooks score 39 points. That's why I know I know I'm not right for FIBA. I don't need to be watching it.
yeah.
Right.
That
Yeah.
happens though. A lot of low level guys, they blow up for some reason. Like Fournier. Fournier is like Michael Jordan in France. He can't be guarded out there.
Right.
It's just
Right.
for some reason playing for your country does something extra to your spirit.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. I do think a lot of it though was how the team was constructed. I just feel like Steve Kerr and Grant Hill, they constructed the team together. I'm sure Grant Hill, he was in charge of getting the players, but you can't tell me he didn't consult Steve Kerr in terms of the type of players that they want. And maybe they tried to get some centers and they just didn't want to play. But you
Right.
can't go into FIBA with those big guys, how strong they are down in the post with Jaren Jackson Jr. You already know from the gate he's not a good
Oh my.
rebounder. He gets into foul trouble. Then his backup, Walter Kessler, who's was he coming off his rookie season or his
Yes.
second
Yes.
year? Like that's just not gonna cut it. Like you think you're gonna go out there and play small ball. It's not the Golden State Warriors. And I'm not blaming Steve Kerr at all. I'm just saying that they could have constructed the team a little better
Right. I remember
with some
Eru.
more bigs.
Yeah, I remember Eru saying that was Eru's pet peeve about the how the roster was constructed too. That we don't have enough bigs.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Because
totally
because
ignored. Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Ebro.
No. We're gonna make the same point, but go ahead, finish this.
I was just saying that they killed us on the boards with the
Hmm.
second chance points, and we had nobody that can defend them in the post. They just took us down in the post at will and just scored. We didn't have any post defenders. Those are your
Right.
bigs.
Yeah.
And it's funny how you say we didn't have any post defenders, but like Jackson Jr. is like the reigning defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
He didn't play like it though.
No, but isn't he more like a? Is he an on-ball defender? Or is he more like a coming
Help.
from the weak side, like help side defender? He averaged two rebounds, like that. I can't understand that. Like how do you do that? You can't even do that by mistake.
Well,
He wasn't even embarrassed though.
it was 2.8. So round up, it was 3.
It was 3. Okay.
It was 3. You got to round up, man. Give him 3.
He wasn't even embarrassed though. When he interviewed him and stuff, he was more offended that they was trying to disrespect his defensive player of the year thing. But he wasn't too much concerned about that having the 2-3 rebounds per game. He act like he didn't really care.
Well,
Right.
I don't really think he do because in the NBA he only averaged like
5 or 6.
6.8.
Right.
Yeah, I can't draft him anymore. Not as my primary center. I've done that a year or two. No, no, it wasn't even him. You know who's another one? PJ Washington. I had all of these centers with 5 and 6 rebounds a game. Like, come on.
Yeah, man, that's tough. While we were talking, the Giants were marching down the field. We had a nice game with Isaiah Hodgins, but he fumbled the ball and gave it back to the Cowboys. So,
Yeah, that was a big play.
Well, y'all watching it somewhere else?
nah, we watching the game. I think he was just talking, so you wasn't paying attention to it. He just
Oh,
fumbled.
because I see a commercial now.
Yeah, it's a commercial now, but
It
it's a
happened
commercial.
before the oh.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
commercial because he fumbled. And they
Yeah,
got
while you were talking, that's what happened.
Oh, okay.
yeah, their offense is coming on the field now. Let's just say that's why they went to commercial.
Yeah.
It's been rough, man.
It's rough out here in the streets.
Yep. And the crazy part, like you can't even make no excuses because it's raining. Who cares? It's raining. Like it's raining for
Right,
Dallas.
this is
too.
football.
Right.
Yeah, no such thing as elements in football.
Look at that. Hook, ball out, clean, Dallas ball.
The only thing the rain is good for right now for the Giants is to hide the tears behind the helmets.
And like I said, Dallas. Remember I said in the beginning of the fourth quarter, Dallas did exactly what I was going to say. They pulled their starters. Like I just see Deuce Vaughn got to run. He's like that third running back. Cooper Rush is in there. He's their second string.
Gosh.
So
Damn, it's raining hard as hell out there.
yes, like it's pouring out there. It was been like that pretty much the whole second half. Like it was raining way harder the second half than it was in the first.
Yeah, Dak Prescott looks like Macho Man Randy Savage without the steroids.
What?
He's a weird looking dude.
Oh man, it's bad. So yeah, I expect Dallas to do a whole bunch of running because they want to get out of here healthy, just like I was
Right.
talking about us
Right.
getting out of here healthy. Like pull your starters time, get your backups in. This game it's been over. Like Daniel Jones should not go out there our next drive. I hope he doesn't.
I feel like beating that kid.
No, don't say that, man. He's just a football fan.
And he's
Cowboys fan.
excited.
Yeah, Cowboys fan in New Jersey, man.
Oh, it's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Believe me. Matter of fact, one of my boys is actually there, and he's a Cowboys fan. So I'm gonna hear it once he gets. He probably don't got no Wi-Fi right now. So as soon as he gets home, it's gonna be like 2:00 in the morning. I'm gonna get a text message.
Yeah, some of the guys at my job that were big Cowboys fans, they retired like last year, so I don't have to hear it this year. You know, from the major people, I don't have to hear from them this year, so I'm good.
Hey, salute to Freezy. Freezy said Josh Hart should have been featured. I don't even think Josh Hart could make a team that he would be featured. I don't even think he would want to be featured. Like that ain't really his MO.
You would say he was in trouble when they crowned him like a starter, you know, because of his rebounding and stuff like that. It's like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
Basically tapped out with that.
Well, Giants will get the ball back. AJ said Daniel Jones will be back on the field, it looks like. For what? Like, I'm trying to see what Brian Dable would want him out there for. I'm pretty sure the reporters in the press conference will ask him if the Steelers do go back out there. They're definitely going to ask him why.
So who do the Jets play? I see Stafford talking about the Jets. Who do the Jets play?
They play the Bills, so they play a tough divisional game tomorrow too. Tomorrow night.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game. At least it should. But part of their Achilles heel with the Jets is their offensive line too. So we'll see how that goes. But I think the conditions will probably be a lot better. And, you know, Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers. So I think the Jets will be fine going forward. I don't know about tomorrow night because, like I said, with our offensive line, there was no cohesion throughout all preseason. This is their first time all five of them lined up together and actually played together.
But what was that about? Injuries, not wanting them to get injured, or what do you think that strategy was about?
A little of both. Evan Neal got he was in concussion protocol, like the first was it the first week of preseason or maybe the first 2 weeks? But I don't think he played until the Jets game. And I think Ben Bredesen, who is our starting left guard, Joshua Zudu, they were kind of, you know, switching back and forth. And then they had Ben Bredesen on the right-hand side. Like, it was a whole bunch of shuffling in the middle. So I don't know what Brian Daboll was doing, but yeah, it was no cohesion throughout the offensive line the whole preseason. I don't think they played together at all.
I was going to use the concussion protocols as the reason why Neal's not playing well. Maybe he's still seeing stars or something.
But yeah, he saw a lot of stars, Dallas stars, in their helmet from running right past. I like that. He damn sure had a bad game this game, man. Like Andrew Thomas. I'll check the PFF grades and stuff. Probably tomorrow they'll come out. But Andrew Thomas isn't having a bad game because he's Andrew Thomas. But if the rest of the line isn't having a good game, it doesn't matter how good your left tackle is.
Yeah,
right.
Like it's not gonna show at all.
Right.
Your quarterback's still getting hit.
Running for his life out there.
Look, Freezy said, "I can't believe Giants fans even noticed the rain. This is a tough." Well, I can't help but notice the rain. You can barely see the players on the screen.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's raining anymore. That's all Giants fans' tears right now.
From the rafters. Look at that. Like that seed is crazy. Like
I like the helmets. Did they change the helmets this year?
you talk about the actual style of the helmets, like the actual helmet.
Yeah, I see like the perforations in there, the holes.
Yeah, I think it depends. Like not everybody has the same type of helmet.
Yeah.
Like some players got a certain helmet by a certain company.
Oh, come on.
Some players don't. It just depends. You get to pick as a player. Oh man.
Who's that?
Matt Pert. One of our backup, like our backup swing tackle. He,
You put my resume in right now, man.
like you're gonna have to push up a little more than 315.
That was the first line. I was like, I can bench 315.
If you're gonna be an offensive tackle in the NFL, but you can't do no worse than Everdale did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Pert, he's a swing tackle. Like he's very important, even though I personally don't think he's that good. But he's important because if one of our tackles go down, he's the starter.
Right.
So we'll see. Hopefully his injury isn't something short. Someday he can actually deal with. Hopefully he won't be gone for a long period of time because he was on the ground, like seemed like he was struggling. So
yeah. Yeah, football injuries are the worst, man. You see those guys get hurt and they got to get carted off the field. They too big to just put them on your shoulder and hobble them onto the thing.
I've seen some bad ones, man, playing. Some you don't like just look away and just walk off. Like you can't. It's hard to look at some of them.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
Football players are strong as hell, man. I remember when I was like in junior high school. I went to go visit one of my cousin's boyfriends or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He was playing for like Hampton or whatever, some Virginia team. And those guys were like, they were doing like jump squats with freaking 225 on their back and all kind of stuff, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's the training we had to go through. I was doing stuff like that in high school.
Yeah.
You had to do that in order to get better. Like we had the worst in high school though was triples. Like you had 3 practices in one day before. This was before like during the summer, like in August.
Right.
Like before football season, you got to go through all that. So yeah, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, it sucks.
Salute the AF. AF always in the building. What is going on, bro? O-line is garbage. That is a understatement.
Mm-hmm. And they showed that from the gate.
From the gate. Like the first, but the crazy part is the first drive, we actually went down the field a little bit. And then it just, I don't know what happened. Like Saquon, you know what it was? It wasn't because of Daniel Jones passing. We was pretty much running the ball and Saquon was, doing this thing going down the field. But then we had that field goal block, and that's when it was a snowball effect, and everything went downhill after that.
They just showed a highlight of the Dallas offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Man, those guys are cooking us, boy.
Yes.
Stopping us in our tracks and not even getting any forward progression with the defensive line.
Yep. I mentioned that earlier. Like we used to talk about how bad our offensive line is. Our defensive line wasn't doing anything versus their offensive line either. Right. I mean, Dexter Lawrence is Dexter Lawrence, so I saw him getting a lot of push in the middle. Sometimes it was a couple plays Leonard Williams had, but our pass rushers, like Azeez Ojulari and Kayvon Thibodeau, they've pretty much been non-existent all game. They've been neutralized.
Wow.
Even if they was getting held, and don't get I saw Kayvon Thibodeau getting held a couple times, but I mean, it really doesn't matter. Like you still gotta get there.
Yeah.
Look at the ref. The ref shirt almost you can see through it. I've been in a couple games like this. It's really terrible.
Yeah.
But it's football though. It would be worse if it was cold.
I was about to say, I'd rather that than snow and ice.
Yeah. At least it's not cold. No, I've played in the snow before. It was actually better playing in the snow than playing in the rain like this.
Really?
because it wasn't snowing at the time. It was just snow at the ground. At least the one time I
Mm-hmm.
played in the snow twice. It wasn't snowing either time. It was just a lot of snow on the ground. So I guess I really can't really compare it because there's nothing in the air. But raining, like pouring down rain like that, yeah, it's terrible. You pretty much should be running the ball all the time. But
Yeah, they
Daniel
should take
Jones got
Daniel
sacked.
Jones out.
Yeah, well, I don't understand what's going on. Like they might as well take him out. Take all the starters out. You see, Andrew Thomas isn't playing. They got another left tackle in there.
Mhm.
Yeah, Dan, if Andrew Thomas isn't playing, Daniel Jones needs to come out too. Yeah, AF said playing in the rain is the worst than playing in the snow. It really is. Like the rain sucks, but
Yeah.
it's just something you gotta do in football though. Like, you can't run away from it. It just is what it is.
Right.
Everybody got to get deal with it. Say they took Saquon out. He's not running the ball anymore. Once you see Gary
Oh,
Bright,
that's what it.
once you see Gary Brightwell get a carry,
Mm-hmm.
the game is over. Like, you got a special team ace.
What do you think about the schedule? They just showed up until week 7. It
Mhm.
looks like the Giants might. I mean, if we bounce back, I think we can at least like almost split that
Mm.
record.
I mean, after the night's performance, I have no idea what we'll look like. Like you have to throw this game away.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
Steph said, we aren't this bad and Dallas isn't this good.
Right.
Right.
Not to be smacking nobody 40-0. Like we're not
Right.
bad enough to lose 40-0. Like nobody would call this game like this. Nobody thought
Right.
this was going to happen. It was going to be close. I think Dallas was favored by 3 points.
Yeah.
What's your views on getting beat like this and it derailing a season? Like, do you believe that, or do you believe that each game is just different in and of itself?
Me personally, each game is different. I'm a week to week type of person. I
Hmm.
like once the game is over, I don't really care about it anymore. Like
Right.
you could watch tape of like stuff that you missed, especially if you're going to go with the same game plan, depending on who you're playing the next week. But
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
don't see Brian Dable using this tape at all. Like, what would you use? Look,
Oh my God.
another sack. Daniel Jones needs to go to the sideline and sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's not getting. I don't really get the what Brian Dable is doing. He's definitely going to be criticized for this. Let's just say that.
Right. Hmm.
We're just trying to build up his tolerance for ass whoopings. I don't
You
get it.
need to build it. I mean, we already know Daniel Jones is a tough dude. He ain't got to prove it with this because he's
Mm.
obviously a tough dude. He been getting hit all night. So
Let me see him
Dang.
again. Damn, blindside just now.
that
You
was
can't take out offensive line was already bad. You're gonna make substitutions along the offensive. Well, I still see some starters in there.
yeah.
Yeah, Neil.
Evan Neal need to play.
Did you? But did you see Neil just now? Daniel just got cracked, and then Neil is like complaining about somebody else, and that's his side. What the hell?
Nah, but he's complaining that like it was offside. So the ref is supposed to say if the defensive end crosses the line and I don't get to him, the ref is supposed to blow the whistle before my quarterback gets hit because he was clearly offsides. Like they're
Right.
supposed to blow the whistle. I don't know if the rusher didn't hear it or the ref blew the whistle too late, but he should have. Like Daniel Jones shouldn't have got hit. It was a
But
Right.
penalty on Dallas.
but it's like boxing. You got to protect yourself at all times. So I mean, even if the referee's breaking it up, you still got to have your guard up. You can get knocked out.
Mm.
Look
While
at
they
this,
break
Oh
it.
another
my
fumble.
God. this
Wow.
this is like the bad news Chicago Bears.
Yeah. So I'm saying, like, I mean, like, even if the play is broken, you still got to protect your quarterback. You can't let your quarterback just get cracked. You know,
Mm.
that ball popped out quick.
That ball popped out quick. Man, we getting slammed, man.
The last one got caught and brought him back for a touchdown.
Man, that rain is bad, man.
Like I just don't want the Giants to be demoralized and our season go downhill.
Nah, I don't see that. I don't really usually see that in football. You either bad or you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Games like this, like I said before, he gonna throw this tape away. There's nothing to look at.
Right.
You got to go right back to the drawing board and get ready for Arizona next week.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that too. The week to week stuff, football, you can't do that, because the next week you need the whole week to prepare for the next team. So you just got to let it go.
Yeah.
Salute to Joe Long in the chat. What an embarrassment to the team we hate the most in Giant Stadium. Yep. This is definitely embarrassing.
Damn, Daniel just caught another hit.
Yep.
Throw in the damn towel, man. Throw in the damn towel.
Yeah, it's over, man. Brian Day will definitely go and get a lot of questions. Why the hell was Daniel Jones playing in the fourth quarter? None of the
Right.
other starters are, except for maybe Evan Neal. And I think Mike Lewinsky was playing like our starting right guard. The only reason I know is because he got beat again. So that's how I know when the offensive linemen are still in, because they still getting the same dudes are still getting beat.
Yeah.
And I kind of think that's why they're still in.
So, I mean, I think, we lost today. I think we could beat the Cardinals. We probably lose against the 49ers. Then we play the Seahawks and the Dolphins. Those are two winnable games, kind of.
I don't know. You saw the Dolphins today?
Yeah. Then did they get 50?
They
No, right
get
there,
50.
36-34.
Yeah, like two almost threw for
Starts this
500 yards.
Yeah.
And we don't got nobody to stick with Tariq Hill. Like we start two rookie corners on the outside. So
Yeah.
I have no idea what the game plan is for them. At least not yet.
Well, I'm thinking positively. The Giants might be able to split. 4-4, or maybe 3-5 at that
And we'll
point.
see. We shall see. That's not even the toughest part of our schedule. The toughest part of our schedule is actually after that, I think. Or hold on, I gotta look at it again. But it's around that same time, because we have like our home games. Hold on.
Do they hate us? We play the Eagles like towards the end of the season twice. Do they hate
Yeah,
us? They want us to get whipped, towards the end of the season?
yeah, I don't get that scheduling sucks. They really destroyed us on the schedule this year.
Yeah.
Not just for those two Eagles games too.
Man, hopefully the Knicks play on Christmas, because I mean we play the
We do.
Eagles on Christmas, so that's not even worth put the TV on for that.
Yo, Corey Lee just said stop the Evan Neal hate. He's giving how many sacks is he giving up today? Nobody hates Evan Neal. He isn't good.
I think Almighty Finesse said Evan Neal got to go. He wanted Garrett Wilson.
Mhm. I was happy about Eric.
I can't argue that. Like Garrett Wilson won Offensive Rookie of the Year last year, and Evan Neal was,
Was he on the board when we picked Evan Neal?
yeah, because we picked Evan Neal 7th.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was on the board.
I was happy about Neal because I mean his measurements, the what he stacked up to against the rest of them, he's a beast, physically, but being a beast physically and playing the game is two different things, so.
Yeah, and I actually think Evan Neal is going to end up being good. I really don't think he is Evan Flowers, but until he does that, he is terrible.
Terrible.
Terrible. Like I don't even know how else to say it other than Charles Barkley way.
He's a massive dude though. Pause.
Yeah, because once he gets his hands on you, like that's why he's a good run blocker. Like he really is a good run blocker. Once he gets his hands on you, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to get away from him. Like he's a big, strong kid, but the pass protection, I don't know. It's like he got cement in his feet, cement in his shoes. Like I don't know. He got embarrassed. He got embarrassed last time we played Dallas. Marcus Lawrence had like 3 sacks on him.
Mm.
And today, I don't know how many sacks anybody has given up. I just know Daniel Jones gets hit and pressured every time he got the ball.
Well, Dallas broke a team record with 7 sacks.
It's not really funny, but I'm dying laughing over here.
And you know what the worst part is? It ain't even really about the sacks. I would like to know how many pressures they have
Oh, forget it.
because the pressure,
Probably on like 80% of his
no,
dropbacks.
probably more than that. I would
More
say.
than that, probably.
I would think like around the 90% mark. Like it's the pressures that really hurt a quarterback.
Yeah,
Of course, the sacks do too because you actually get there. But yeah,
right.
Daniel Jones was getting hit, thrown around all game. Jo- Jo- My man Joe said, "Let's talk Knicks."
Yeah, we can talk about anything now.
Yeah, I was saying that before,
Yeah,
man. Like we've been pretty much been scatting up here for a whole hour and a half now. Like we've just been chilling, been
right,
improvising. Like we haven't been talking football. There's nothing to really talk about.
right. How about the grief Brunson is getting in for his play in FIBA?
Man, he isn't even playing the same role on that FIBA team that he would for us. He's like is completely. It's like night and day.
Yeah. It's just the arrogance of us United States guys. This like when you're building a team, you have to anticipate how you're going to play, how the other teams are going to play, how you're going to function as a squad. Like Brandon Ingram, you don't bring Brandon Ingram into a situation like that unless you're going to like utilize him, isolate him and use him like that.
Right,
They
right,
expected him to be a rebounder and play defense and all this other stuff. He doesn't do that, and he's not
right,
going to do that.
Hey, yeah,
right.
hold
He's
on.
a score.
Let me cut you off. Did Brian Dable just put Tyrod Taylor in with a minute left?
Yeah.
What the hell is the point? And look, he running for
And
his
look,
life.
look, he about to score a touchdown.
Yo, Tyrod scored a touchdown.
You sure it's not Tom Thibodeau coaching the Giants tonight?
Yo, he put in Tyrod Taylor
stick it to his guys.
with a minute left.
Yeah.
Wow.
I hate the Cowboys, man. I can't front. I used to have a Emmitt Smith jersey
Oh,
when I
really?
was younger. Yeah.
Disgusting. For what?
I just like the way he ran, like he used to get really low to the ground, you know. I used to like the way he ran.
I never bought another NFL jersey. I'm a big college football fan, so I got a whole bunch of college jerseys though.
Oh, really?
But NFL jersey is either Giants or nothing. I got
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a lie because I got a Deion Sanders Falcon jersey. That's just because how much I love Deion Sanders at the time, and plus he's not a right like the Falcons aren't a rival for us. But if you play for the
Right.
Cowboys or the Eagles or Washington, hell no,
Yeah.
no. Even though I did like players, like I hate teams. I don't never dislike players though. Like I'm not one of those type of fans that dislike players. Salute to Aj, he hates everything non-Knicks. So like
Mhm.
I don't hate everything non-Giants. I hate teams. Like when it comes to different
Right.
players and stuff, like I don't know, maybe because I played or what. I never hated players before, but I definitely would not have an Emmitt Smith jersey. That's nutsy, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the '90s and stuff. Like I said, Jay-Z album back in the day. So I was a little kid anyway. So
Well, that's the game.
Mm.
40-0, 40 Zippo. Usually at the end of the game, salute to everybody that's watching, stuck with us. I think they just wanted to see a train wreck and see what we was going to talk about this whole time. Because it's after 11 o'clock and people still watching. So salute to everybody watching. But yeah, usually after the game, real quick, I don't usually spend that much time after the game on these watching alongs, but I usually go through the stats. I'm not doing that today.
Right.
there's nothing to talk about.
There's nothing to talk about. So it is after 11, almost 11:30. I'm gonna shout out everybody in the chat, and we're gonna get the hell out of here. It's
Okay.
40 bagel over there, yo. I don't remember the last time we lost 40 zip.
Mm.
Almost don't know what to say. Like now I'm like getting mad all over again because the game is over. Now that it's over, and why it looked like the rain clearing up after the game.
That's how it is, man.
It's crazy. Hold on. Salute to everybody in the chat that we can run through this. My man Corey Lee. It's easy to talk ish when you got a mic. Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Joe, that's what I was gonna say. Yes, just move on. Man, Joe, Aj, Freezy in the chat. I know Stafford was in. I don't know if Stafford's still in the chat, but he was, and
He said that was rough. 40-0.
So yeah, Stafford's still here. Staff is still here. Hope Well, I don't want to say. I'm not even going to wish bad on the Jets tomorrow. Not going
No.
to be a bad guy, even though we lost.
Only because of Stafford and Tsunami.
Yes,
Otherwise,
and
I don't
Jeff
give a damn what happens with the Jets.
and Jeff.
And Jeff, yeah.
Okay. Salute the Mega. Almighty Finesse, of course. Salute to Freezy for coming in. Freezy was here from the beginning. Geraldine was always the first one. I don't even.
Mhm.
I said Geraldine sleep. She ain't watched this whole game. Ain't no
Yeah.
way. So she sleep. Hold on. I guess it's time. Yo, come on, Almighty Finesse. Don't do that.
One game.
One game. We are. Hey man, it's 40-0 those steps. So I
Yeah,
can't
the
even argue.
severity of it. Right.
I can't even argue with that. Please tell me how many sacks Daniel Jones had. He had 0 because he doesn't sack people. I don't know how many times he got sacked.
7.
But see,
At least 7.
you weren't even supposed to say that. I don't even.
He might have got some more after they put that graphic up. But I remember they put the graphic up that it was 7.
You blew my mind just now, man. He said Daniel Jones didn't get any because he doesn't sack people. And I was like, I wasn't even thinking about that.
Oh man, 40-0, man. We play the Cardinals Wednesday, 9:00. Die Hard Giants will be back with a preview of us versus the Cardinals.
Okay.
I don't even know if I should do that because we just lost 40-0. But we'll see, man. Yeah, I plan on being back on Wednesday. Salute to everybody. Subscribe to the channel, likes,
Definitely.
all that stuff. Any last words, Eru, Steph?
Nope.
This was disappointing, to say the least.
Nope.
The understatement of the evening. But it is what it is. We'll bounce back. We'll be ready for Arizona, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, but that's why I said with Brian Dable, like we ain't got nothing to say. What Brian Dable gonna go in there and say?
Right, and then they got to do all the press conferences and what have you. Yeah,
They got to really talk about it. Like he's definitely going to be asked why the hell he kept Daniel Jones in the game that long. It don't really matter, but just for health reasons, he should have kept him out. I don't even know if I wouldn't say the whole second half because down 26-0, you'd come back for that. But as soon as you got to like the 33-0 when Dallas had that first drive, yeah, it was over. It was over. But peace to everybody. I'll see y'all on Wednesday, and we out.